Def Rich back at it again, and on the surgeon's table today, we got the brother Dave, man. We got the brother Dave, one of the coldest in the world, man. One of the coldest rappers in the world. Not just the UK, but the world. You understand me? We got question time. This is what we're going to be checking out today. Make sure you guys like, share, comment, and subscribe if you are new. Also, make sure you guys go and follow your boy on social media. The links will be typed up in the description box down below, where you guys can always feel free to DM me anything else that you would like to see. Or if you just want to chat, but we can do that too. But without further ado, I present to you the brother Dave. You next up on a surgeon's table. Let's get surgical with it, baby. Let's rock. Comment below your favorite line from this joint, all right? Your favorite bar. Let me know. Let's go. Talk to me, Dave. It's time for some questions.
Look. Question for the new Prime Minister. How do you have a heart so sinister? How are we so wasteful when people are dying in Somalia, Afghanistan, Egypt, Libya? The irony is we have no business in Syria, but kids are getting killed for all the business in Syria. And then they try and tell you that it's ISIS. In their attempts at killing it, how many civilians died? So what's the difference between us and them? When you got drones killing kids just touching 10, then when a bomb goes off, every politician's lost like that last strike. It didn't kill 100 men. You ain't the same as them, but all that fuel for the fire is what you gave.
So this what we on today, Dave? Yeah, that's why I rock with Dave. You know what I'm saying? He not afraid to touch on some things. You know, a lot of people, you know, they don't say much about, you know, the stuff that's going on out in the world. Dave, nah. Dave ain't one of those. I think we just checked out the Brit Awards, where he called out the PM for the Grenfell situation and some other things that are going on. Man, salute to the brother Dave, man. Major salute. But let's keep it going.
To them and what you take from them. All my life I know my mum's been working, in and out of nursing, struggling, hurting. I just find it fucked that the government is struggling to care for a person that cares for a person. So where's the discussion on wages and budgets, how they made them redundant? When I was a young'un, the letters in her car said my mum was overdraft, but somehow I still had dinner money in my pocket. And even the little things like ordering pizza were probably the reason for overtime in the evening. 5 till 10, 6 hours of sleeping for 22 years. My mum was doing it cleaning, dreaming that her kids would have a better life. Going bed at night, struggling with getting by. That's the reality for millions of people in a nation where a lot of us were looking for a second try. A question for the new Prime Minister, and please tell me if I'm being narrow-minded, but how do we spend so much money on defense and weapons to wage war when the NHS is dying, bursting at the seams?
Don't you guys in the UK have what am I looking for? Everybody has health coverage. Let's just say it that way. Let me know in the comment section. National Health Service. I can't remember if I saw something or one of y'all told me. Let me know in the comment section. Spend
so much money on defense and weapons to wage war when the NHS is dying, bursting at the seams. And what about them people that voted for us to leave for the money that it would see? 350 million we give to the EU every week that our health service needs. But now them politicians got what they wanted. Can you see an empty promise or a poster on the street? Nurses in tears because they're working every hour of the week and they still don't have the money that they need. You brought the heart of the nation to its knees. Underpaid, understaffed, overworked and overseen by people who can't ever understand how it feels to live life like you and me. Patients lying in the corridors cause doctors can't even find a bed for them to sleep. I remember A&E and all them sickening screams of a little girl waiting for a surgeon to be seen. Privatized healthcare, guns for police, increase uni fees. Is this what they're selling us? Or let me remind you, just in case you forgot, of a little girl waiting for a surgeon to be seen. Privatized healthcare, guns for police, increase uni fees. Is this what they're selling us? Or let me remind you, just in case you've forgotten, that we live in Great Britain, not in Donald Trump's America. Speaking of America, state and the president.
Damn, I thought we were just talking about the UK. Oh man, Dave gonna get on us now. Oh shit, he about to slaughter our ass. Cause let me tell you something, shit ain't perfect over here. I'm gonna tell you that now. You understand me? I ain't gonna sit around and complain about it. You know what I mean? I ain't one of those kind of people. But man. Shit is not right over here.
America, state and the president. With all due respect, I've got something to say to them. I just find it funny you can't give a hand to Palestine, but you can trade whole arms with Saudi Arabia. Look. I got a question for the new Prime Minister. At Grenfell Tower, your response was ridiculous. You hid like a coward behind your 5 million, dodged responsibility and acted like you're innocent. And I can see you're terrified. You're not good at telling lies. I'm getting why you stay away from everything that's televised. You look like a robot and you don't speak with any life. It feels to me like any guy in press could have said them lines. Imagine going to the council for the safety of your block and you got kids but they're ignoring you at every time. And you don't speak with any life. It feels to me like any guy in press could have said them lines. Imagine going to the council for the safety of your block and you got kids but they're ignoring you at every time. Everyone who knew about that cladding should really be going prison under rule of joint enterprise. But if it ain't a little kid with a knife, I bet that judge is going easy when he's giving him time. They don't deserve to be free. Any builder MP that knew about the conditions but did it to save cheese. When I listened to the things that the residents had seen, I was so shocked I couldn't even speak. Families, they know that it died in their sleep. How you choke on the smoke when you're struggling to breathe. The glow from the fire, the panic when you hear all the sirens, the crackling, the popping and the muffled out screams. The fear in the eyes of a man that was trapped who jumped 15 floors from the tower to the street. I could only hear a fraction of the pain and the grief. Closing my eyes, trying hard not to cry at the joy and relief in the face of a man when a woman from the flat said his neighbor was alive. No help from the council in keeping any list or the people that survived, his neighbors and peers. And for that whole meeting I could see that he was trying, so his smile was an island in a sea full of tears. Look, I got a message for our old Prime Minister, David Cameron. I mean, you fucked us, resigned and sneaked out the firing line. I wanna know how you managed it, and are you bathing in the sun while
your old Prime Minister resigned? And why? Let me know in the comment section. But man, and the crazy part about it was that whole Grenfell situation. I literally had to put my head down and close my eyes because I didn't want to cry. And he said that exact same thing. He said that exact same thing. Like, I had to close my eyes so I didn't cry. You know what I'm saying? And I legit at that moment I was doing the same thing. Like when he was describing the dude who jumped from the 15th floor to the oh man. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. And obviously, I'm only getting Dave's perspective of the situation. I think Stormzy touched on it too. But give me some more clarity on that situation in the comment section. Like, has there legit, like, not been anything done for those people? Like, there hasn't been any type of payment to any of the people that were left behind because of that situation? There haven't been any housing arrangements? Oh, like, okay, well, we got another building for you over here that you can stay in. Is Grenfell being rebuilt? Or is that building just still sitting there half burnt? Or have they torn it down? Let me know in the comment section. But, man, you know, just when he said that and he was describing that situation, you know, I was just putting myself in their shoes. You know, and sometimes in life, that's what it takes in order to truly garner an understanding of a certain topic or a situation. You got to put yourself in the other person's shoes. see it from their perspective. You know, sometimes that's difficult. Sometimes it's difficult to understand certain things when you're not seeing it from that person's point of view. So when you put yourself in that person's shoes, as he was talking about it, I was in my mind, like I was in the building and, experiencing everything, like going crazy, crackling and popping, and the muffled sound of screams, and then he said the dude jumped, and man, rest in peace to all the lives lost in the Grenfell situation, man. Let me know some more about that in the comment section, like as far as what I described, man. But let's keep going.
And are you bathing in the sun while them papers have a run at the woman that you left here to handle it? You gonna teach your little lad to be the man that's got a plan, and then the moment that it fails to abandon it? Are there bullies in his school? And when you pick him up after class, can you feel his embarrassment? I mean, you never gave a fuck about the youth, and that's the truth. There's no sympathy for you or your cabinet. I really wish I could have seen how you were scrambling when you lost the referendum that you had to win. I feel like politicians are all addicts in a big fat game, but it's lives that you gamble with. I've got a question for the leader of the Labour Party, Jeremy Corbyn. Where do you want to take the country to? Honestly, I want to put my trust in you, but you can understand why if I got trust issues. Do you really have the faith of your party? Do you really have faith in the party that will come with you? And how do you plan on keeping all the promises, man? If I'm being honest, sir, I'm struggling to get with it. I just ain't getting it. Everybody's great until you get them into office, and then guys start forgetting things. Prove to us you're different. Don't promise me anything. Go and get justice for Sean Charles.
That's 100% facts. You got that. A lot of that stuff goes on here. People make promises when they going through the election process, and then as soon as they get elected, and to be the devil's advocate, that's not, at least here, that's not always the person in charge's fault, because there's people below them that have to vote in order to get it to that person. Like, the head can make a suggestion, but the rest have to vote to approve it before the head can sign it off. You know what I mean? There's a process to that. And I think sometimes we get lost in pointing the finger at the head person, at least here. I don't know about the UK situation. I'm just speaking for here in America. Sometimes we get lost in pointing the finger at the head person, and we not pointing the finger at the little people, not little people, but the people below them that are actually more so responsible for a lot of the things that get done. The head just signs off on whatever that comes through the desk. You know what I mean? So keep that in mind.
Edison. And if you haven't had the thought to vote yet or protest because you don't really see the progress, I hope you know that what they're saying is affecting us. The small steps are way better than no steps.
That's a fact. Small, way better than none. Let that breathe. Man, see, that's, like I said earlier, that's why I rock with Dave, man. Dave not only comes with bars, you know what I'm saying? We've had bar heavy tracks. We've had songs that were vibes, absolute vibes, like I can't think of it now. The track he did with Burna Boy, it's slipping my mind now because I've intentionally refrained from trying to listen to that song so that I don't wear it out. You know what I mean? The song Dave did with Burna Boy, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's a smooth joint. But then he has tracks like this where it's like legit substance. He has tracks that are mixes, but he has tracks like this where it's like all substance. No fillers, no nothing, just straight substance. Things to think about. Things to question. Pun intended. You know what I mean? So major salute to the brother Dave, and that's why I think he's definitely one of the dopest rappers on the planet, not just in the UK but on the planet. And I hope one day, America realizes how dope this dude is. I mean, cause Dave is incredible, man. Dave is incredible. And if it's up to me, I'm gonna make sure America know about Dave. You understand me? But let me know what y'all thought about this joint in the comment section below. Make sure you guys, as always, leave a like before you go. Smack the subscribe button. That's right over there, as you guys already know. And of course, family, check out the video that's right over there too. You might like it. And I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Doc Rich, I'm out.